continuity. Winston, Simon Wood from TV1. I know it's pre-season, but coming home and getting a result like that for you must be pretty disappointing.
No, I mean Phoenix played a good game today, and we didn't hit our usual standards. But you know it's pre-season, and you know we're working hard out there, trying to improve ourselves. We made some mistakes out there, but come the first game of the tournament in the league, we won't be making those mistakes anymore.
Winston, what did you think of the Phoenix?
Oh, they played well today. You know they set back, and yeah, we created some chances and didn't take them, and they took their two chances that they had, and you know that's football at the end of the day.
Sam, where do you think you're at in terms of your preparations for the Premier League?
Well, we're 20 days in for our pre-season, and I think that we're all very well. Certainly, I was disappointed in the first half because obviously we got caught cold by the fact that Phoenix showed a great attitude and played at a tempo that we had a little struggle keeping tabs with. I think that's why we lost the 2 goals. I think that we're finding our feet. We're finding each game that the standard, and certainly Phoenix gave a great standard as I expected today. I expected them to compete and fight and shut us down all over the pitch, and I thought they did that exceptionally well and knocked us out of our stride. In saying that, we should have scored the first goal when Carlton Cole got the cutback from Matt Jarvis, and then again we should have scored just before half time when I think it fell to Czech, and that was the difference between the two halves, because they took their 2 goals with the 2 chances they had exceptionally well. The header on the near post, really good header, and the strike in the bottom corner was something that I expected us to be finishing like that. So we tried to come back in the second half, got a little better, had to change the team because it's fatigue that kicks into the players because we're working them extremely hard. After our journey, we've been training every day, morning and afternoon, because we've got to get our fitness levels up and we've got to fatigue the players. So it is a disappointing result, but 20 days into pre-season, it's about what matters, as Winston said on the 16th of August. I've won every pre-season game in the past and lost the first 3 or 4 at the start of the season. I've lost every pre-season game and not lost for 10 games when we started the season, and then some we win and some we've lost. So it doesn't make a lot of difference to me, the results. What is the important thing is what our level of fitness is, what we are as a team, and what our technique level was. Now that worried me, our technique level today. I thought that was way down for our standard, so I was disappointed in that. I can understand the fatigue, the way we're working, but not the lack of technique on occasions that we showed.
Sam, so you didn't read the riot act at half time, it wasn't like that?
It wasn't one of those situations where we were happy with what we were doing. I think that the players had to realise that they didn't compete well enough to first and foremost. I think that any game of football you play, wherever you play in the world, you've got to earn the right to play, and our players were lovely in possession, nice, comfortable, doing the things in terms of trying to keep the ball but not penetrating. But when they lost it, they hardly competed for me, and I think that was our biggest problem in the first half.
So you must be pleased that after you got a goal, you have an important part of the
play. It's a lovely goal. I think that he showed some lovely touches around the final third, and he certainly is a player that we haven't had at the club for. We wanted Joe Cole to be that sort of player for us, but it didn't quite work last season for Joe. So obviously Marrow is technically in and around the box. Looks like he can open up the defensive unit that Phoenix had put up, and he did do it. They were well happy to get 8 and 9 behind the ball once they got the 2-0 up, and I don't blame him for doing that. And they've ended up winning the game, but he showed a nice bit of technique. And Stuart Downing when he came on. So, like I said, we are disappointed, but we're only 20 games into our pre-season, and My biggest worry was the referee allowing the tackle on Czech goal free, because he's in there and may well be out for an awful lot for a long time. So I was a little bit disappointed in some of the tackles that went in the first half, but certainly I thought the referee should have done a little bit more than what he did in that situation, because he let the game get out of hand for a while. Calmed down in the second half, I'm glad to say.
Is there any update on Andy Carroll's injury?
Andy Carroll's injured, and we don't know the extent of the injury just yet, just to keep the treatment going and see where he goes.
Winston,
Yes, it's a worry. It's something we don't want, because he's been injured a bit, quite considerably since he's been here. We have to face, we've done everything we can, and something's occurred again, and we just have to get on with it and treat it as quick as we can and get him back as quick as we can.
Winston, did it feel like an overly physical first half in particular out there?
Like the boss said, obviously, Phoenix, they're excited, it's coming down as a play, and I can understand, they came in and they went hard to us, and there were a couple of tackles in there, but it is football. But like the boss said, there maybe were a couple of tackles that probably went over the line, but like you said in the second half, it sort of calmed a little bit down, and the main thing is we just don't want any injuries, they don't, we're coming down there, so boys got through it.
So I don't know whether you watched the game last night, Newcastle and Sydney. Obviously you've seen Wellington Phoenix today. What have you made of the standard of the two A-League teams?
Well, I know the standard because I was here with Blackburn, played in Sydney 3 years ago, I think. No, it's just a bit more than 3 years, time flies, doesn't it? So I know the standard well. I know that it's a bit like when we play anybody who's a Premier League side outside the Premier League, the players play better and try harder and run faster and run longer because they're playing against the Premier League side, and that stimulates them into playing a fantastic game, and that's what our players today failed to cope with. Phoenix played a fantastic game, and I'm sure if they played every game like that in the league that they're playing, they'll shoot very, very near the top, but will they be able to? They certainly did it against us, and they certainly in the end deserved the win.
We'll take 2 more questions.
Winston, your thoughts on Mossy? Glenn Moss put off quite a few more saves than yesterday, and I thought across the period. Obviously, your West teammate.
Yeah, he's a good goalkeeper, and he's done well for the team, and obviously I would like him to put a couple back in the net today, but that didn't happen, and to be fair, I should have scored as well. So it's football.
How much experimentation do you hope to do for the next game, or is it just working on football?
It's not really experimenting. It's about giving the squad of players that you've got as much match fitness as you can probably give them, and I think that you've got to balance out the length of time that they play. We started with a 45-minute for everybody a couple of weeks ago. We gave them 45 minutes, and then the next game 45 minutes, 55 and 60, some only 45. Today some were 60 minutes, and the others come on. We reversed that round on Saturday, where those who played 20 minutes will get 60 and some will get 90, and it depends on whether we've got any knocks and strains today, because like I said, it was a bit of an over physical game in the first half, and I am guessing a bit at the moment, but by experience some of the knocks that they've got today won't recover in time for Saturday's game, so it may be that some of the players play a lot more 90 minutes than we would have liked, but we'll wait and see what they are like tomorrow, and hopefully it is only Czech who's got a real problem, and not anybody else.
Tompkins came last question, please.
Tompkins came off with before the end. You said a groin problem.
Yeah, it looked like it, and we'll see what that's like. That's like tomorrow, like you mean. So, that's obviously going to be a big disappointment for us as well if he's got a groin, because anybody missing any part of pre-season is a big difficulty to catch up when the season starts. So, if he has got a bit of a groin, hopefully it's not too long.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.